What's up, everybody? It's Bill from High Volume Games, and welcome to another episode of Bill's Day Off. So it is not my day off, but I'm very excited to be playing this game today. So what we're going to be playing is That's Pretty Clever from Stronghold Games. It's a roll and write where we roll dice and we make combinations to get the best score. And if you're playing with other people, you're trying to take dice, put them on your board, get the highest thing, but also you have to leave dice for your opponents, and that could be tricky, depending on what they're wanting. So we're going to play the solo playthrough today. We're going to explain the board and get into it. So first up, we got a set of 6 dice. Purple, green, blue, orange, yellow, and white. They all have a certain thing on the board. We have our silver platter. This is where the dice that don't get used by you, the active player, gets put on. And that way the passive players can just pick off the silver platter. It is handed to them. Okay, so now we got some cool felt tip pens, by the way. I mean, any game that gives me some felt tip pens is good right off the bat. But then we got our board. This looks like a crazy board, but it's not too bad. So basically, what we're doing is we've got these 6 turns here. This is our turns, and each of them has. Well, first of all, if you're playing 4-player, it's 4 turns. If you're playing 3-player, it's 5 turns. And if you're playing 1 or 2-player, it's 6 turns. And turns 1 through 4 each has a little bonus to it that you start off your move with. Now, this section here is where you put your dice once you've decided to select which dice you're going to use. This section here is it's roll again. You'll accumulate roll agains throughout the game, and you're just going to circle and then X out once you use it. This here is +1, so it allows you to take 1 more action. So you've got 3 actions here with your 3 dice. Now this will allow you to take a 4th one during each turn. Okay, so now we have all these 5 sections are based off of 5 of the 6 dice that you have. So let's start with yellow. So you're going to roll, and if you decided to choose a yellow die, like say it's a yellow 4, you're going to look on here, and you can X out a yellow 4. And once you've X'd out either up, down, or in this case diagonal, you will get that bonus. Either it'll be points, or it'll be maybe another X on a different color, or it might be the fox. We'll talk about the fox in a second. So, blue. Now you have numbers from 2 to 12. So how do you get to 12 with 1 die? Well, what you're going to do is you're going to combine the blue and the white die. So whatever number they have on it, like a 3 and a 4, you would get 7. Now if you use your white die or your blue die and then roll the other one, the die that's still here or in the passive, the silver platter, that dice always stays the same. So if you're stuck with a 1, with say like a blue 1, and you roll a 3 white, that'll be a 4. But if the next roll is like a 6 and the 1, you now can do a 7. There's all different things. And again, the same thing. Once you clear the row or the column, you will get a bonus. And again, it could be adding 2 extra ones or stuff. And no matter what, however many of these you cross out, you get extra victory points. So next is green. Now this has every symbol here is a greater than or equal to. So in the first one, it's greater than or equal to 1. So when you roll and you get a green, anything that's equal or 1 through 6 will work on that first one. The second one is 2 through 6, 3 through 6, 4 through 6, 5 through 6, and then again you'll repeat after that. And again, once you get to these certain points, you'll get a bonus. Orange is very simple. It's just whatever you throw. If you decide that, if you get a high number and you're like, hey, I'm gonna put orange this, cool. You just put it on there and you'll get it. Now there's some extra little on the other ones. There's some bonuses for orange, but generally it's you rolling. And if you decide you want to keep that orange for points, you keep going. And they have some bonuses and even some times twos, so that's gonna help us. Purple is the last color, and purple does greater than. So, say you start off with a 3 on purple. Your next one has to be 4, 5, or 6. It can't be lower. And the only way that changes is when you get to a 6. So once you put a 6 there, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It just rotates. So, and again, especially on the purple one, there is a serious amount of bonuses. Once you get past that third one, you're going to get more bonuses. So it's worth playing. Now, when you do the score, and we'll pull one of these off because we're going to play with it. When you do your scoring, there we go. Okay, I'm trying to get the lighting. All right, so you put your name here, and then you will add your yellow, your blue, your green, your orange, your purple, and then you have the fox. Now, what the fox is you're going to try to get the fox over here, 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 here. And what that's going to do is you're going to get a multiple of your lowest score. So, say I was lowest on green. We'll take the green score and then however many foxes I have. So if I have 11 points on green and I got 2 foxes, then we're going to get 22 points in the red spot. Then once we do, we add that up. We go to our cool direction book, which is in English because originally it wasn't. I know that for a fact because it was originally in German. And they have a little score sheet back here that will tell you from your point standings from all the way up from less than 140 up to higher than 280, and they'll give you a star ranking and give you a kind of either a little razz or a kudos. So with that, we're gonna get playing, and you'll probably get it more as we go along. So we are going into turn 1. We are going to, so that gives us our bonus for turn 1. We're going to hit X on the 1. Our bonus for turn 1 is we get a free roll again. So we'll put that in our bank. So we've X'd out. And now we've put there we go, a roll again in our bank. And we're now going to, what we're going to do is we're going to roll. Okay, so we got a couple 2s. We got 3 3s and a 5. So, what you're trying to do is you can pick whatever dice you want. The thing is, though, if you choose anything that's higher than a number, so in our case, if we decide to choose a 3, then the 2s that we have would be locked up. So these are our 2s, these are our 3s, this is our. If we decided, okay, we want to start off with a blue 3, then we would lose the 2s. So what you want to do is you kind of want to go for the lowest until it's your next, until towards the end of either your turn or or the game. So like in this case, we've got a yellow 2, so we can look on the yellows and look for the 2s, and there's a couple of them we can cross out. There's a wild 2. That's the only thing I didn't tell you. The white is a wild. It can be any of these, so we can put a 2 anywhere. We could go with the blue 3, which we would combine with the white 2, and that would be a 5. We could go with the orange 3. We could go with the purple 3 or the green 5, But again, you would lose all your dice. So I think we're going to go with the yellow 2. We're going to cross out this one that's attached to both. We're going to take this one here because it's attached to a row, a column, and the diagonal. So that's a good, that's getting us one cross out away, or one cross out less on 3 different die or different scores. So we'll put the yellow 2 here, and because nothing is lower, if they're equal, that's okay. Because nothing is lower, we don't have to put any dice on the silver platter. So we get to roll this a second time. Alright, so we got some... I don't know. We got some 1s and 3 6s. So, I mean, there's an obvious move here. It's not the greatest move, but it's the one we're going to have to do. So we don't want to do one of the 6s because then we'd lose purple and orange to the silver platter. And that's probably a good third move. So we're not going to do that. The blue 12 is actually... I mean, this almost seems like we want to do it just because this blue 12 is so hard to get. But I think we're just going to go with the purple 1. We're going to just start our purple. And that means we don't lose any die. So we're going to start our purple with a 1 point, which means because with purple you're going for greater than, that means the next round we can go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, anything. So we're going to roll again. We got an orange 6, a blue 4, a green 1, and a white 6. Now, I think our best bet is to take that blue 4, and that would use the white 6, and that would make a 10. Because again, when you're doing the blues, it's very easy to get smaller numbers, but those bigger numbers are kind of tough to get because you need that white 6 or that blue 6. So I think that's how we're gonna go. We'll go with the blue 4. That actually gives the green to the platter, but we're also going to give the others to the platter. Now, here's where I'm going to X out the 10, because the 10 is going to, again, get a column or a row. So now, what would normally happen in a multiplayer game is that, okay, now it's the silver platter, we've got the green 1, we have the white 6, and we have the orange 6. Now, if there was another player or multiple players, it is now their turn as passive players to pick one die from here. They can pick the same or they can pick different ones, but they can make one free move based off of my platter. And that's basically the game as far as the... So now what happens in a solo mode, though, is we take all the dice and we basically we roll for the kind of ghost active player, and we're going to be the passive player. So what happens is when it's not our turn, we roll 6 dice, and we take the 3 lowest dice. So in this case, it's the it's the green 1, the 2 yellow, and the 2 blue. And that was so we can decide: do we take the green 1? Do we take the yellow 2 or the blue 2 with a 6 on the white and make an 8? I think we're going to take the green 1. It's early. We'll just take that green 1, put it on the 1, and that'll get us a victory point on the greens. So far, after one turn, we have put an X on this 2 here on yellow. We put an X on the 10 in blue. We put a 1 in green. And we put a 1 in purple. So those were our 4 moves. Basically, you get 4 moves until you start getting free moves off of these, columns and rows and stuff, or these things here. So that was turn 1. In a nutshell, we're going to go to turn 2. Now, turn 2, the bonus is a +1. So at some point in the game, we can make a 4th move by taking one of the passive dice that we ourselves gave away. So turn 2, roll 1. We've got a green 1. Oh, this isn't too bad. An orange 3, a yellow and white 5, and a blue and purple 6. So I think because one, we don't have it done yet. Now, okay, say we were playing this, the way going from lowest to high. We can't do the green 1 because right now our green is equal to or greater than or equal to 2. We don't have that. We have a 1, so this is gone. So we'll take the orange 3 and get 3 points. But that means that now the green is locked for the round. So we'll put our orange in our spot, and our green gets put on the silver platter. So if say like we were playing against AFR Steve, if he hadn't opened up his first turn with a green 1, that might be something he might steal because it's he's starting himself off. Okay. So he rolls number 2. We got a yellow 3, a blue 3, a white 5, and a purple 6. Okay, the purple 6 is off limits. I don't want it. The 3 is interesting because, again, it's part of our diagonal on yellow. The blue 3 is nice because it would do the 8 over here. I think we'll go with the blue 3, and we'll go with an 8 for blue. So now if we get because blue 3 is locked on our board, if we happen to roll another white that is, a 2 or something like that, we can then use that to make another blue X. So we're going to go with our 3rd. We didn't lock anything on that one. Okay, we have a purple 4, a white 6, and a yellow 6. Yellow 6 would work on our diagonal. White 6 with a blue 3 would work 9. That would give us a second X in that column. Or row, sorry. Okay, so we'll do the... I think this is going to be where we're going to... Yeah, we'll take the blue 9. So the white 6 is going to come our way. The purple 4 and the yellow 6 are going to go into the platter. But I'm going to use my first... and could be only, but my first +1. We're going to take that 6 and we're going to that yellow 6 and we're going to X out this yellow spot diagonal. So now we're 2 out of the 4 diagonals that would get us a +1. Okay, so far, again, we've X'd out these 2 X's here, this diagonal one. It would get us a +1, but we've also, made it so some of these could happen. We've got 3 X's over here. That's already given us 4 points, plus 2 away from the fox, and then 1 away from a roll again. And then we've got a 1, 3, and 1 over here on the bottom. Sorry, there we go. So now the active player is going to roll, and we're going to be the passive player. Turn 2. And the 3 lowest are 3, 3, and then we have a tie, but the rule is it's the closest die to the silver platter. So our purple here and our orange here. The orange is actually closest to the silver platter. So we have a 3 blue, a 3 yellow, and a 4 orange. So the 3 diagonal to the +1 were there's also 3 on this row. You'd only need a 4 to get the fox. The eight, that would be an 8, which we've already used on blue. So blue is out. We're not going to use blue. Yellow is okay, but I'm going to go with orange 4. So that will give us another point on here for the orange row. So after 2 turns, we got a couple oranges. We need some yellow points though, because if we are going to go for a fox, then we need to get points in every stage. In yellow, we have nothing yet. So we're going to go to turn 3. That gives another. That's going to give another roll again. So we roll, and we got a 3 for blue, a purple 4, an orange 4, and 3 5s, yellow, green, and white. All right, so let's look at our blue. A 3 and a 5 would be 8. We've already crossed that out, so blue doesn't work. Orange 4, purple 4, we can use both of them. If we did an orange 4, it would get us the next roll again. And also put us closest to the next times, or the first times 2. So I think that's what we'll do, because the purple is okay, but we'll do 4 there. Well, the 3 goes to the silver platter. Now the 3 is locked, so if we were to roll a low white die, that might be something we could play. We're going to take the orange die and put it on here. And we're going back at it. You have a 2 yellow, a 4 green, a 2 yellow, a 3 white, a 4 green, and a 5 purple. Now we need yellow, but 2 doesn't, there's only one other 2 left, and it's not in a great spot for us. The 3 white would make a 6 total, because that has to stay as a 3. So 3 and 3 would be 6. I like that one because we'd only be a 2 away from a green X, and we're actually on turn 4 we can put an X anywhere, and that 2 might be the best place because it's so hard to get a 2. So we're gonna go with the white 3 to go with our blue 3 in the silver platter. That's going to give us a 6. So that puts us 1 away from a bonus green. Because we used a 3, the yellow 2 goes away. So we're only rolling 2 dice on this last one. And we rolled 1s, a purple 1 and a green 1. And guess what? Sometimes there's an issue where nothing works, and that's it. And in this case, we can't use a green because it's greater than or equal to 2. We can't use a purple because we have to be greater than 1. So so we get no points for that round. I said I was going to do this when I was talking to Steve, and I said when we record, that was going to be a thing where my rolls were going to be terrible. All right, so now we are the passive player. The active player is going to roll. And the 3 lowest are a 1 for yellow, a 3 for green. Oh, the orange is closest, and the purple is closest. Okay, well, we could use pretty much any of these. A 1 would be nice. That yellow 1 would be nice. The orange 3 would turn into a 6. And a purple would get us closer to moving up. So I think we'll go with the purple 3. And we're going to go into turn 4 now. Now, turn 4 has this little spot here where we can, it's got an X symbol and a 6 symbol. Basically, you can put an X anywhere you want, or you can put a 6 anywhere you want. So, I mean, putting a 6 where the orange is at times 2 would be 12. Putting a 6 here on purple would get us a roll again and would allow us to put any die on the next one. Putting a 6 here would just move us up. But putting an X, like I said, on 2 would give us a green, so we would actually score some points and score some more points here. Or if we put an X anywhere here, we can at least take it down one of these. We can, put one less. Say if we did this row here, put an X on either the 4 or the 5, we would be 1 away from scoring 16 points. So I think we're going to go with that blue 2 that we were talking about. We're going to cross it out. So now we've finished a column. So we're going to get the reward. And the reward here is and I'm trying to get it so you can see it, but the reward is a green X. So we can put an X on that score. We don't have to have a number greater than 2 or anything like that. And we'll get the victory points for that one. So that's what we did. We scored this. We're going to put the X here. So that is 3 more. Oh, we're now got 3 victory points on the green. And we're going to roll our 4th turn. And we've got an orange one. We got a green one. We got a yellow one. We got blue and yellow 2. And we got purple 5. My guess is going to be we're going to go with the yellow 1. Because, green 1 we can't use. Orange 1, we're going to waste a times 2. If we did any of the 2s, we'd lose all 3 of those die. So we're going to go with the yellow 1. We're going to put it on that diagonal space. So now we only need a yellow 3 or a white 3 to get that diagonal space and another +1. So, oh, sorry, I put that there, but that's supposed to go on your board because I used it. All right, so we got a orange 2, a green 3, blue and white 5, and a purple 6. Orange 2 would get us 4 points. Green 3 would actually get us to 6 points because of the, they're using victory points. The white and blue 5, sorry, it is, I have to shut the AC off when I'm doing mic through the computer, so it is hot as hell and have lights on. If I were to use that blue 10, we've already used it, so I don't have to worry about that. The white 5 might actually work because it's one of the things we need, but we would lose 2 die. And the 6 purple would be nice, but we'd lose everything. We'd actually lose 3. I don't know. I think we actually lose everything, but I wouldn't do that anyway. So we're going to go with that. We're going to lock the orange 2 and take the green 3. Because that now gives us 6 victory points in green. And we're going to roll these 2 die on our last, or 3 die on our last. Okay, we got 4s on blue and white and a 6 purple. Okay, I'm going to put a 4 in, I'm going to use the wild 4, and I'm going to put it in yellow, and I'm going to put it here on the last column, because we'd only need a 5 to get 20 points, And putting with that 4, we only need a 1 to get another green space. So I think that's a perfect spot for it. Okay. So now we're going to be the active, or the passive player. And we got the yellow 1, the blue 2, and the orange 2. Now, orange 2 again doesn't really work for us. Blue 2 with an attached white 5 would give us 7 and be 1 away from a yellow X, and that could be really helpful for us. Or we take the yellow 1 and that would actually get us a green space, give us a 10th, give us a +1. Actually, that's what we're going to do. So watch this. This is where this game gets really fun because you've got these combos that start hitting. Okay, so we're going to take the yellow 1. Okay, so we have a row here where all we have left, we have 3 X's already. We have just the yellow 1. But that's going to give us another green space. Okay, so we're going to do that. Cut that. We're going to get the green space. So now when we get the green space, we are up to this one here, the greater than or equal to 4, which has a +1 under it. So we're going to get that. So we mark that off. We have 10 victory points in green. We're going to get the +1, and we're going to use it right away. And we're going to take that blue 7, and now we're only, like I said, now if we could find a way, if we could find a way to get that blue 5, we would be getting 2 bonuses. So we did one die made 3 different moves. Okay, so now we're up to turn 5. Turn 5 doesn't have any bonuses. Neither does turn 6. So we're just gonna go. Let me X out my +1. We still have 2 rerolls. There hasn't been anything really that I really like. Oh, I can't do anything. So, oh, I should have used it during that. Oh, I should have used it during when I ran 2 die and didn't have anything. I should have re-rolled. See, that's what a noob does. Okay, so we got a 1 yellow, which we know we can't use, a 3 blue, a 4 white, a 4 green, a 4 orange, and a 5 purple. I almost feel like I should re-roll this because we can't use the yellow. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. We can't use the yellow. If we actually, I kind of like this. Watch this move. If we can't use the yellow, so that's going to go to the silver platter no matter what. If I put the 3 in the silver platter, it stays a 3, and use one of these other die. We obviously won't use the white. We'll use the orange for ×2, 4, so that would be 8 points. If I could then roll a 2 with the white die in either of those 2 rolls, and I've got re-rolls, we would be able to get that 5. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to lock the 3 into the silver platter. We're going to take this 4 orange. We're going to put it in. And we're going to score 8 points because of the ×2. So now we're going to roll just these 3 die for our second and third roll. And again, we're hoping for a blue or a white 2. And we did not. We got a white 6, but that's okay because purple 3 we can't use, green 5 we can use. So that means we're only going to roll the white die on the last roll. But that's okay. So we'll get that green 5 because that's going to actually give us 15. And if we on our next roll, if we do a green, we're actually going to get a blue no matter what. Oh, this is even actually better because watch, because this is going to be locked here. This is going to be used here. I have a white die here. Let me just move over this a second. Um, right here, we've gotten through 1 through 5 on the green. Now if we, whatever die we put, whatever green die or wild die we put an X. We get a blue, we get to put an X on blue. Again, if I put that 5, we get to put a yellow X and a roll again. So, I mean, that's a good move. I think that's where we're going. Whatever this die is, unless something magical turns. There's also the orange we're one away from is an yellow X. Okay, it's a 6. So 9 doesn't work. A 6 in yellow doesn't work. It could go into purple, but that's only going to get me a reroll. Obviously, we could put it on the orange and get the yellow. We would get 20 points. Or we could put it on the... oh, no, that's... Okay. So we're going to put it on green. Green 6. That's going to get us a blue. We're going to put it on that 5. That's going to get us the row and the column. The row is a yellow X anywhere. So we're going to put it on the yellow 5. That is going to get us 20 victory points. And because we got the column, we're going to get another wild. Or another roll again. Which we got our last turn and we got a bunch of roll agains. This is good. So we're going to play the passive now. Now, as I'm looking at the board, basically things we would really like right now is any green that's not a 1, because that would get us our first fox. And we could also use some purple because we only have 4 points purple. We know we now have at least 20 yellow points. We know we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We know we have 22 blue points. We have 21 green points. We have 7, 11, 19, 19 orange points. So the only thing we have that we're hurting on is 4 purple points. So we need to, hopefully, the passive may help us with purple. But otherwise, we've definitely got to work on that. Okay. And unfortunately, the white is not going to help with... Okay, so the 3 that we have are the green 1, the blue 3, and the purple 3. The blue 3... Oh, this is gonna... I think this is going to be a reroll. Am I allowed to reroll on it? I don't think I'm allowed to reroll on a passive, but... Yes, as the passive player, you cannot roll on reroll. Yeah, that was a really nice thought, but no, you can't do that. You cannot reroll on a passive player. So we will just have to ignore this passive play because our green 1 doesn't work because we needed 2. Our purple 3 doesn't work because we need to be greater than 3, and our blue 3 doesn't work because it would be an 8, and we've already X'd that out. So we go to turn 6. All right, good luck to us all. So our lowest are yellow 2, blue 2, purple 2, green 3, 4, or it's yellow 2, purple 2, red, blue 2, orange 3, green 4, and white 5. And this might be where I reroll. Well, 2 would work. So 2 would work actually. Ooh. If we put the yellow 2, it would give us a row finished which would put an orange 4, which would then get us another yellow, which we could then turn into another 10 points. So we're going to go with that. So we're going to go yellow 2. We're going to cross that out. That finishes this row. It's going to get us the orange 4. We're going to put the orange 4 down, which unlocks another yellow X. So we will put that on this 3 here. That will then give us 10 more victory points. And we don't lose any die. Okay, so I cannot roll a purple 4 to save my life. Okay, we got a 1 green, which does not work. We have a 2 blue with a white 5. That doesn't work. We have a 3 purple. This is going to be a reroll because nothing works. Literally getting us to the orange 5 would be the only thing. And while orange 5 gets us a +1, this isn't a good roll. So we're gonna use one of our rerolls. Again, we have 3 rerolls and 2 turns left, or 2 rolls left, so might as well use them. Alright, purple 2, green 3, white 3, blue 6, and green 4. The green 4 gets us the fox, which would at least get us, even if it's only 4 points, it's at least something. Purple 2 gets us nothing. Orange 3 gets us the +1, which will allow us at least something else later. White 3 doesn't work either. So we'll go with the orange 3. We'll get the +1. Now our goal is to roll high purple, because worst case we can use the the +1 and get that. But we did roll high purple. We got a 2 green, 2 white, 3 blue, and 5 purple. This is actually a decent roll for us, considering that we're not playing the purple very well. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take the 2 for the green, and we're going to get this point here, which, first of all, is 28 points for your green score, but also the fox. So we'll get some fox points. So we'll put the 2 there. And then we're going to now that these 3 dice are going into the platter, we're going to use our +1, and we're going to take that purple 5. And that's going to give us another reroll, but we don't have any need for it. But that'll get us at least 9 points on the purple and on the fox. But we've got a passive roll. Unfortunately, it's going to be really hard for anything to work for us. Green, if we could get a 3, would get us 36 points. Orange would be nice, but I mean, our lowest yellow is 3. We need a 6 on the purple, so we might not get anything. Our lowest are yellow 1, green 2, and purple 2, and we do not get anything because we can't re-roll, and I don't need any of those because I need more than I need a 3 or higher in green. There is no 1s in yellow, and I need a 6 in purple. So that is it. That is going to be the game. All right, so we're going to go to our score sheet. So this is how we've finished. It's upside down. So we finished up here. We've got a couple of scores here. We've got a bunch of X's here, which counting the X's. Then we've got our numbers here, here, and here. So we're going to go through. So yellow, we got a 10. We finished this row or this column for 10. And we finished this column for 20. So we got 30 points for yellow. 30. So blue, you count the number of X's you have, and then whatever that is, that's how many victory points you have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We look at 7, and there's 22 victory points for 7. So we're already at 52 points. So we look at green. Now green, you go up here, go up to as far as you've got, and then you go to the victory points, and there's 28. So we're at 80. Now you add your orange. So 7, 11, 19, 23, 26 points. 106. Oh, this is going to be bad. So we got 9 points for purple, because we only got 9. And now the fox, we did get 1 fox. So we take the score of our lowest and then times it by how many foxes we got, which was 1. And so we got 9. So our final score is going to be 52, 80, 106, 115, 124. 124, which, as I predicted when I talked to FR Steve about streaming this, or even recording this, is that when you look on your handy-dandy score sheet, 140 or less is no stars, try harder. That hurts. But honestly, that was fun as heck. I really enjoy this game. It makes you think. It's once you get it, once you've seen it, and honestly, I definitely suggest watching a YouTube video on it. Other than mine, no. One of the introduction ones, because it doesn't take long to learn what each thing does, and when you learn that, you can play it. It's just how does the strategy go, how does your rolling go, stuff like that. And again, we know I made one mistake where I should have re-rolled on on that passive, well, not the passive, the one where I had 2 dice left and I rolled like both ones. I should have re-rolled that, but I didn't think about that. So that's all right. We will definitely get back into this. I think we'll play this again at some point, and I definitely want to get it with Steve Tower, and maybe during our Extra Life marathon when we're we're already talking about playing our second annual 5-game series between the Marlins and the Red Sox, but maybe we need to play some multiplayer. That's pretty clever as well. So check out the game. That's pretty clever. From Stronghold Games. I'm going to put a link in the description, and check it out. And we'll see you next time here on Bill's Day Off and High Volume Games. Take care now. Bye.